I call to order the Westlake City Schools Board of Education Monday, October 12th, 2020 special board meeting. Roll call.
Kraft.
Here.
Stoll.
Here.
Fanouken.
Here.
Lazinski.
Here.
Piernot.
Here.
If you would join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I welcome all of our visitors, those that are visiting with us online. Thanks for being with us. The Board of Education is proud of what the district is achieving, and that's really by everyone. The students, the staff, the administrative leadership, parents, and family. We all have varied opinions of where we are and where we should be. And for the most part, we've been able to achieve a lot of what we want to achieve this year. From academics to extracurricular, from transportation to sanitization, from in-person to virtual, for those who are fearful to those that are fearless, to those that want to take steps in one direction, to those that want to walk the opposite way. We're all working really hard. We as a board meet tonight to continue to advance the district and to excel. And as we endeavor to excel, stay healthy and stay safe. Continue to reach out and communicate thoughtfully, and let's work together to achieve. Let's communicate more thoughtfully than we've ever done before, really knowing that we just don't know what that other person might be thinking of in the spectrum of all of this. We believe in the science of our process. We stand by our code of progress, not perfection. Thank you for walking this walk with us. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved. Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Stoll.
Yes.
Fanouken.
Here. Yes.
Kraft.
Yes.
Lazinski.
Yes.
Piernot.
Yes.
Motion carries.
At this time, we do have a hearing of the public. Is there anyone that wants to address the board? We'll move on to treasurer's recommendations.
All right, thank you very much. Tonight, I just have one recommendation in front of you for a then and now certificates. We have two then and nows, one for Cleveland Clinic Autism Center and one for PSI. PSI is for the non-public school, and the Cleveland Clinic Autism is just the invoice date. The services started before we had the invoice in place for a student. Nothing unexpected on either one of these. So if it would please the board, if they would go ahead and motion and second for this and then approve this, we can get those paid. Thank you.
Is there a motion to approve the treasurer's recommendations?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call?
Fanouken.
Yes.
Piernot.
Yes.
Kraft.
Yes.
Lazinski.
Yes.
Stoll.
Yes.
Motion carries.
This time we'll move on to the superintendent's recommendations.
Thank you. I only have four recommendations tonight. The first one is a resolution to approve Corey Rojek as an 8th grade social studies teacher at Lee Burnison Middle School. This is due to the retirement of Sally Fetko. We did go through a process where we had two of our staff members who were reduced, who do have social studies licensure, and neither of them took the position, which then put us in a spot to be able to hire somebody for this position, and we are recommending Corey Rojek for that. The second resolution, these are, okay, so one of the things that we did as we entered the fall season this year, not knowing how much of it we would actually complete, we only did part of the salaries for the folks who are coaching and the band director and faculty manager and the rest of the people. So now we're finishing it. We're pretty much finished with all the seasons, but we're to a point where we're comfortable saying we should be at 100%. Letter C, approving a game worker for this year. And then letter D, is a contract with the Educational Service Center. Those are my recommendations. I'd like to keep probably letter, should we do A separate or
first?
kind of do it all
Yeah.
together? You
Yeah,
wanna do A
I like
separate?
the idea
Okay,
of 3A separate.
sure.
Is there a motion to approve superintendent's recommendation 3A?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Welcome, welcome.
Absolutely.
Very excited about him, Mr. Rojek, joining us as a staff member full-time. My one question is, I know he goes by Corey, is it with an E or without? I've seen it spelled multiple ways.
Mr. Maver?
I didn't hear what Liz asked.
Is it Corey
Spelling
with
on
an
his
EY or a Y?
No E.
That's what I thought.
Hold on, I'll find out in 1 second.
Well, you could always call him Cortland.
Let's see.
That's his real name.
Correct, but I mean, it's just, I've seen it spelled multiple
Yeah.
ways. That's why, I just wanted to make sure we had it correct.
It is with an EY.
EY.
Further discussion? Roll call?
Blazinski,
Yes.
Fanouken,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Here not,
Yes,
Stoll.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Is there a motion to approve superintendent's recommendations 3B, C, and D?
so moved.
Second.
Discussion?
I would first like to just thank all of the coaches, assistant coaches, staff, athletic department in working through a time that's obviously very difficult. I think one of the biggest concerns or wishes were that the students could play fall sports. And I know there was a lot of uncertainty early on, but it held together. I think the parents were supportive of the direction that Dr. Goggin was taking. And I think that it all came out pretty well. Even our football team had a pretty good season, in relative speaking. And I think a lot of other sports were pretty happy being able to pursue with it. And again, a lot of it comes back to the coaches and the staff because, I mean, obviously they were dealing with a lot of uncertainty themselves. So I give a lot of credit to them. So please pass that on.
I will.
Further discussion? Roll call?
Here not,
Yes,
Fanouken,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Blazinski,
Yes.
Stoll.
Yes.
Motion carries.
This time we have board items, and those items include the second reading of policy. And I know that second reading of policy involves qualification for high school diploma. And I know we've all had an opportunity to review these. Is there a motion to approve board item or to approve the policy under board items?
4B.
4B, thank you.
So moved.
Second.
And discussion?
Now we can ask questions.
Yeah, so what I would like to do is, Kathy Maxwell, Paul Wilson have done a lot of work on the graduation requirements. And what I'd asked her to do is, I know you guys have went through them, but to just talk about some things that are different. You know,
Right.
what has changed inside there and be able to answer some questions. So, now, is that podium going, is that set up, Todd?
We can turn on the mic there. It won't be on camera. But we can turn on the mic so it's bigger.
Members of the Board of Education, Dr. Goggin, Mr. Hopkins, our virtual,
Could you take your mask off, please?
come on, probably easier to hear that way. Thank you. Just a quick overview. So this policy was a result of House Bill 164, which really allowed graduates in the class of 2019, 2020, some additional flexibility. And then more recently, as I'm sure you remember, looking at in the program of study, which are some of the new options for the class of 2023 and beyond. And so this policy really aligns very well with our program of studies. We had some changes with computer science courses based on the teacher's licensure, if some of our advanced computer science courses could count and replace Algebra 2, could count as a science credit or technology credit. So that was new. We also added an option in there for the high school principal to allow some flexibility and reduce the credits from our traditional 23 credits to 20 credits for very unique situations. So in my time here, we've had students that have moved in their senior year from out of state, and we've had to have them do some credit flexibility classes and things like that. And so with the change in the policy for those very unique situations, those students, as I mentioned, moving out of state as a senior would reduce the electives down to, it would be 4.5. But again, very unique situations. We've only had 2 cases since I've been here. But again, it really is maintaining that student-centered focus. So I believe there was a question about community service hours as well. So community service hours only changed for the incoming class of 2024, and we've reduced it from 60 to 20, or essentially 5 meaningful hours a year. And with that, I'm very proud of Mr. Wilson and his team because they have established a community service committee, and students have to basically apply and get the committee to approve their local community service project, whatever that is. And so we're still building that. And I have a meeting actually tomorrow morning at 9 with the high school counselors to review some of the information. Any other questions?
So just to clarify, so the class of 2024,
The freshmen, yeah,
they need 5 meaningful hours
per year.
per year, and they will apply for approval. Okay. Do you have certain areas then that they can earn these?
Again, I have to give Mr. Wilson and his team a lot of credit. Yes, we're going to be using the information from Naviance and trying to kind of channel those hours into areas that they're interested in post-graduation. So again, we're still building it right now, but that is something that we hope to iron out, and I'm happy to have Mr. Wilson and I can present to the board after we determine some of the local seals, which would be community service and then student engagement. Again, we're still developing those right now, but it is a change.
That's the present freshman class then?
Pardon me?
That's the present freshman class?
Yes.
Do they know about this?
I believe the counseling team, again, they've done a nice job in the last couple weeks meeting with every class, and I do believe that they did share the hours, but they did not share the specifics.
Okay,
Because again, we're still developing that.
thank you.
I had a question regarding advanced computer science and the situation with Algebra 2. And are we seeing that enrollment in advanced computer science increasing?
In the TEALS programs, yes, a slight increase.
Huh? Awesome.
And we still have our local volunteers that come in
Right.
and work with our students during those class periods. But of course, we want to encourage students to participate in that because there are, as I'm sure you're well aware, there are a lot of job opportunities in the computer science field.
Right on. Thank you.
Any other additional
Further
questions?
discussion? Question? Thank you, Mrs. Maxwell. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to share?
I do not.
All right,
Covered it.
fantastic. Roll call?
Lizinski,
Yes,
Stoll,
Yes.
Fanouken,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Pure not.
Yes.
Motion carries.
We have an opportunity for board comments. What would the board like to share tonight? Anything? All right.
Oh, for once, I have nothing to say.
Is there a motion to adjourn to executive session to discuss the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of an employee or official?
So moved. Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
To enter into executive session at 6:17 PM. Stoll?
Yes.
Fanouken?
Yes.
Kraft?
Yes.
Kuzinski?
Yes.
Here not.
Yes.
Motion carries.
The board does not plan to take action during executive session nor when the board exits executive session. Thank you. Where would you like to meet?